Hey everybody, I have a ridiculous amount of planners to show you today. Ridiculous amount. But I took yesterday and started to kind of think through what I want next year to be, planner-wise. It was nice to be able to just sit and think through that. I needed to travel to Toronto. My first time in Canada, but I had a terrible sinus infection, not COVID. So I went up with a very strong antibiotic and was in class in the very back row with a mask. So I spent the whole week sick. It was a bit of a bummer. Still competing in nationals in 2 weeks. So I have a final due this weekend. So a lot going on, but all very good things, very blessed. And just wanted to take some time yesterday being home to think through what do I want next year to look like. And I set things up, and this is really like a preliminary video, just kind of what I'm thinking through so far, and want to take you along for the ride, just to check in. So right now, this is my my brain dump that is just November, December, and it's because I ran out of room. I have these really pretty separators that I printed off. Ran out of room in my other brain dump notebook, which is here. And it's going to be archived. I took it out of the cover so I can put my next year planner in it. But it's super full and chunky, and I love it. There was a whole lot in here, a lot of ups and downs. And sometimes I look back at it and I can. Other times I look back or I can't look back because some things are too traumatic to remember. Started out the year in a position that really, really stressed me out. So anywho, that was the brain dump. That was basically January through end of October. And then this is November, December with the section for holiday shopping. My husband's birthday basically kicks off the holidays. His birthday was on Thanksgiving this year. And then we run into my 40th birthday, Christmas, our anniversary, New Year's. It's all like clumped together. So this is still, this is a pen from my class. Schulich is the business school in Toronto. And I go to Kellogg. So Kellogg and Schulich have a partnership. So we spent the week taking classes in Schulich, which was pretty cool. Really interesting city. It was very industrial, isn't the word, maybe utilitarian. I didn't get to explore a whole lot because I was sick and I was in bed by 7. And this is my everyday. So this is where I put my monthly, and so all the months, and then my weekly, and then anything that is a brain dump that's going to be referenced goes in this one. Anything that's a brain dump that can just be archived at the end of the year went in this one. So I liked having 2 separate brain dumps, but I found that even this wasn't necessarily enough space this year, but I just started to get back into the planner. And as you can see, I mean, I really fill up 2 of these a year. And that's always been the case in terms of brain dumps. But this color is absolutely stunning. These are both from Sterling Ink, and she didn't have this color out this year. She had a similar one, but we'll get into that. So this is the workhorse. This is the everyday carry. My day-to-day is in this. My brain dump, the other half of my brain dump. And then this didn't get as much use as it normally does, but this was in my Louis Vuitton Bretza wallet. And it was basically when I'm out and I need to an appointment or to be mindful of something, I have all the dates in here because you can do a year plus in advance. Plus like some passwords and work IDs. Like, not, that sounds like super confidential, but it's not. It's my like personal login ID. Things like that, that if I'm having like, you know, my brain skips a beat and I need to reference it, I keep it in here. That's happened after my TBI in 2020. So just these things from time to time. Okay, so that is basically what I've looked, what I've kept up with this year. What was new this year, because we moved into our home in, we closed August 2023. We moved September 2023. And so this is all of our home stuff. So maintenance, seasonal projects, reference notes, and this is just becoming, this is a very organic layout. As I need it, I throw it in there and organize it on the fly. If I overthink and try to make it too perfect, I'll stress out. So that has just had to be what it is. And then this is my goal planner, which I haven't gotten into too much this year. And that's because I had one goal. I was in grad school and I decided to do the show in May. But we will get into this. I love it so much. There wasn't, like I said, there wasn't too much to plan this past year because I was in grad school and getting into Kellogg was my priority for like 2 years. It's a dream to be able to go to Kellogg. So I'm in school, and in end of May, early June, I decided to try to prepare for a show as a way of getting back to the way I used to look, the way I felt about me prior to pandemic, COVID, dad dying, mom stroke, you name it. So I'm going to get back into this next year to plan next year, but also I'm going to do a twist because I want to do a special section of some sort, and we'll figure that out. Maybe instead of a year, maybe it'll be something special, but I turn 40 next month, and I want to do something unique for setting an intention for my 40th year, or if it's really my 41st year, I suppose. But once I turn 40 the following year, plus like the decade, and I came up with a word of the year, and I want to do a video on this separately because I've done that in the past, and I really love using that. So I'm going to be using that next year, but we'll figure out what that looks like probably in a couple of weeks when I have time, or when I make the time. This is my habit tracker that has stayed in this setup forever, but I love it. It's a Moterm white croc, and I didn't habit track because, again, I had very intentional things I was doing every day, and I had to do it every day, so I wasn't checking it off. My husband is my coach, so it was very easy to just have him keep me on track. But I'll do a yearly tracker of things. Last year, or I guess I suppose this year, I was keeping track of sick days, and then once I realized I was sick for all of March, I just stopped. Maintenance, so like haircut, nails, laser treatments, etc. General routines I like to follow, and then just the tracker section, which is fitness, so meal and workouts. And I was really religious about this for a couple of years, but this last year, when I made it such a habit every day, I didn't track it, which almost sounds counterintuitive. But and then this habit tracker section is where I took all of my I have a Hey Planner Girl prints, but I don't have a blank one. But I print out every month at the end of the month. So I'm just starting to make one for January. But I make specific habit trackers that you can change in the printable what you're tracking every month. and I love it. I've used it religiously. I use this for sleep, and so I'm getting much better at it. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the habit tracker next year, because now I'll have a ton of new habits that I want to maintain. This was my affirmations journal, and I started an affirmations journal because the role I was in at the start of the year just absolutely beat me down emotionally, really, really badly. So I treated myself to an affirmation journal, and I was writing affirmations every morning to remind myself I am capable and intelligent, because the environment I was in it nearly told me that opposite of that every single day. And some days stronger than others. So I'm going to flip the script on the affirmation journal and be very intentional about the type of affirmations I'm using, or I'm trying to target every day next year, and it's for a very specific goal. But I think I'm going to cover what those affirmations are when we get into goal planning next year, so we'll keep them together. But this is still going to be an affirmation journal, and this is still going to be my goal planner. Okay, so now we can get into like the day-to-day ones. Those are all, those are all daily, but like this never travels with me. This will always stay home on my desk. So now it's getting into the new stuff. So this is actually a brand new size and style for me. This is still a Moterm croc, but this is an A6 size. I've never had an A6 before. This is a Midori Habino. I've never owned one before. These stickers I purchased at the Schulich School of Business bookstore. I went for a walk, and you'll see a ton because I thought they were so cute. But what I like about this is it can fit in your pocket now, or a purse. It's not pocket size because that is the specific size if you're new to planning. Pocket size is a dedicated size. This is an A6. I like there's monthlies in the front, but then every day is 2 pages. Now, it seems like unfolded would be one day in like an A5 or nearly a B6, but I like that this has a calendar. A time side. You can circle the weather. And this is just general notes, and it's like that for every day. And I've always tried to keep something daily written in my Stalogy or my Sterling ink, and I've never had something that's predated daily this big, so I'm looking forward to it. My dog just came in the room. Her name's Daisy. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Did you finish your popsicle? Can you finish your popsicle? She's so sweet. Okay. But that's that. So we're going to see how I use this. I don't know if it's going to be a brain dump, or if it'll be for something very specific, but it is so cute and chunky, and I love it. So I wanted to make something with it because it just makes me super happy to look at it and to hold it. And we're going to see how that unfolds. So that's the first one. Now there is a theme, and it's because my brain dump has always been in the croc style. And so I wanted my brain to be able to recognize Black Croc as daily. So this is a Habino daily, day on 2 pages. This is a B6 size, which is my normal B6 brain dump, but my B6 brain dump has always been just a plain Stalogy undated. And this is something new. This is the Sterling Ink Daily. This was in my planner all last year. I love it. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. This was one of the stickers I purchased at the bookstore. And then this is every page is a day. And so if I want my standard brain dump format. It's a little more restrictive, so I don't know if I'm going to like it because it is one day on one page. So it gives me, you know, that space, but it is a little limited compared to what I'm used to. But I love it. I love the setup. The gray and the black look good together. This is tweed color. I don't love the tweed, but I'm sure I'll grow to love it. And then this is an A5. Again, black croc brain dump or a general of some sort. I need to get an A5 cover. I intended to buy 2 and only 1 showed up. So that was my mistake. But I want to add a cover and it's the same. It's just a daily with some pages in between each month. And this is because I ran out of space in my B6. So I'm going to see if an A5 is too big or if I fall in love with it. It needs some more deco, but those are my options for daily brain dump. So that's that. I know it's extra, but I'm okay with it. And then what I currently have this for, so this is my workhorse every day, B6. This is my Moterm Leather A5. So this is what I'm going to use as my workhorse every day this year. So this I purchased at a local pet store when we rescued our pup and adopted her. These 2 stickers are from that bookstore in Toronto. And this is my Sterling Ink A5 vertical layout because I am a vertical person. My brain cannot function horizontally, never has, never will. Even when I was in middle school and they gave out the student planners and they were horizontal, I lost it. I not lost it. I just couldn't do it. I went to Staples and bought a vertical. It's just how my brain works. So it's basically going to be this, but a little bigger. I want to be able to use it more. I love this leather. And it's not too big. It's not massive. So I'm going to see if I can be okay with the A5 size. Then I can write a little more. And we'll see how it goes. Worst comes to worst, I have a B6 on deck ready for me. Okay, so that was my everyday. And then this is a Galen Leather and Sterling Ink vertical. This I have just super plain for work. My work schedule isn't like 13 hours back to back all day meetings. So I might be able to use this really more for planning or taking notes from specific meetings. We'll see. I've been a digital person for work as long as I can remember, but I have a work notebook. I just want to be more strategic about it next year. So far this is work. This is my Brett's wallet. This is what was my Hobonichi Weeks last year. So this is Sterling Ink. It is a Sterling Ink theme this whole year. But I purchased the Sterling Ink because she came out with a Weeks vertical and I am obsessed. I didn't use the Hobonichi Weeks, I think because it was that horizontal layout. So I'm excited to try this. Watch me forego all of my sizes and I end up doing everything in this. I doubt it, but we'll see. But this forest green is absolutely stunning against the brown. I had to cut the back end to make it fit. I just haven't finished cutting it off. This is technically a man's wallet or the men's section, but it's totally unisex and I love it. But if you want to put a Hobo Weeks in it, you'll have to cut just a little bit of the back to slide it in more easily. And then it fits nearly perfectly. The Mega does not fit. The Mega Weeks, if you get a Mega Weeks, I tried, won't fit. Or at least won't fit very easily. Maybe put a band around it if you don't care about that. Anywho, that's going to be my on-the-go planner where I'm planning every month. Lots of doctor's appointments and other things. So that's that. Okay, and then what is left? We've covered almost everything. This is a new size Sterling ink pad. Again, books from the bookstore. And this is intended to stay on my desk because it is massive B5 size, lays flat, vertical, big calendar. But I envision this to be just a total catch-all and a pre-planning space. So if I'm planning ahead, I want to mark it up before, like if it goes into this, it's nearly permanent. And sometimes things change and it hurts my soul. So pre-plan. I like this big vertical layout because I can, like this space, like morning before work time, you can still, there's still space to actually write a decent amount. And then late at night, there's still, again, a decent amount of space to write. So I used to, gosh, if we look back at my other videos, when I very first started planning, I was in a Happy Planner, which I think a Happy Planner Classic is a little smaller than a B5. But this is going to be my catch-all, stays on my desk. I haven't yet did the tape roller to have all these stay down. But that's okay. So that's going to be my desk planner. It's cute. We'll see. And then, so that's everything that I am like 90 to 99% sure I'm going to use. The last ones are just pretty. Look at the colors. I don't know how I'm going to use these or what I'm going to use these for, but the colors, I'm obsessed. I bought these just because this is the only thing in the color. I accidentally got a cover for this. So I think the N2, this is the Weeks, and it was horizontal because it was the only thing that came in that color. And I don't know what I will use this for yet. What I'm leaning towards is a puppy training, like for my dog. So Daisy is 1.5 years. We did a few weeks of dog training at the house. And so once my competition is over and I have like brain power and energy again, get back into training, and then I can keep a schedule of like what we focus on, her medicine, doggy daycare schedules, etc., etc. So I'm leaning towards a puppy tracker. So I'll need to get a little puppy sticker for that. This is a imperfect planner. I haven't looked too closely at it to find the imperfections, but it's beautiful. I got it because it was the last like mauve color, and it's just a plain journal, so undated. It'll always be available. It can always be a notebook. It can always be a brain dump, journal, what have you. So never a waste. I will put it to use. I just don't know what I'm going to use it for. And then this is the Dapper desk. Goodness, what is that? Daily. And we'll see. It doesn't lay flat yet, but it's basically just a daily with a slight agenda, some to-dos, and notes. So the other thing I was thinking of is when I'm working from home, this might be where I pre-plan my day. With to-dos, I sit down and do maybe morning pages or a brain dump. I'll write my to-dos down, some top priority schedules, and maybe like notes or reflection for the day. So this was what I'm thinking to be my work planner when I am home. And this will be my work planner when I go to the office. Just because this is so big to lug around. I don't know what size that is, but you can tell I love green. Green's a beautiful color. Yeah, so there are, work planners, my A5 workhorse that I will use every day for everything, my daily to-dos that will figure out what I will use it for, my Brezza wallet that is my on-the-go, my B5 that is my catch-all, where all of the topics can be combined into one, a notebook that'll never go out of style and it's a beautiful color, and a doggy trainer calendar planner. So it's a lot, I know, but I'm excited to get back into it. It's been a while. Planning makes me happy. I haven't done it in a long time. So I'm just excited to get back into it. And I am thankful that you're along for the ride. So until next time, thank you for joining. You're awesome. Time is precious. So thank you for sharing it with me. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Happy to answer any questions. I love engaging with everybody, and keep your head up. I know this can be a very tough season, but hang in there and you matter. So remember that and stay positive, stay focused. You're gonna do big things. So thanks for sharing your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.